You might be imagining it, but it feels like Egghead turned the volume down. Such is his respect.
Oh my god, you've gained Egghead's respect.
Now, man.
That
Now.
Play through. I mean, roll credits.
I like this journey you had with Egghead, because I remember you're like, what the fuck is this guy? And now you're just like, yeah, that's my man, that's my guy.
Yeah.
End of human development. Mission complete.
See? Roll credits. All right, my mission here is complete.
Hope I remember those moves, man. Don't worry, man. I'll remember them.
All right.
Well, that was awesome. Let's go.
Neat. Hold on. Could I have had more
shivers stuff?
I do. There's one.
What's your jacket giving you?
But that's minus authority. Jacket is visual calculus.
There's a jacket that shivers. I just forgot that there was a shivers check after the authority check. It's just another one of the police jackets, the longer one.
That one, yeah, the patrol cloak.
It's all right, but I don't know what happens when you pass that check. I know the dancing one.
Man.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me.
Man.
I passed the dance, I passed the Kim, and then I failed the shivers.
Man. There's also the tie. Could have had +2 shivers.
It's all right, bud.
Oh man.
I mean, I think the falling unconscious one is also cool though.
No, it's fine. I'm just a little disappointed that we got that far.
You couldn't connect to the city. It was too much.
Okay.
Did you even get XP for that?
No.
That was just cool.
I didn't get XP for that.
Yeah, that was just awesome.
You have 5 for convincing Kim to dance.
Oh, I did? Okay. Visual
5.
calculus glasses back on. Perception hat back on. And I think we're good. Yep. Wait. Yeah. Okay. How much physical instrument do I have? Because I have several of these. Not that one. I actually don't think I have much. I have a tank top.
I think that might be it. Wait, no, wait, that was minus physical instrument.
Yeah, just a +1. Huh. Oh, because I already have a +1. Is it? What else is doing it?
What are you looking for?
The pants.
Okay. That's with your physical instrument getting drained by a thought.
Oh, is it? Oh, there's still one going?
Yeah, Wasteland of Reality is -2.
Almost done.
We're almost done. Okay. Well, when that clears, we'll have something to do with that. Let's see. It is 9 p.m. I danced for an hour.
No wonder you passed
Well, you
out.
danced for half an hour and fell unconscious for half an hour. Yeah, dancing for half an hour would not be easy.
Yeah. And that's kind of it. I failed this. I don't know where figurines are. Can't do that.
I really
Not
don't
doing
know where
that.
they are.
Oh wait,
What?
for the SL one, you just tried to
You
do an
coulda-
empathy check. You didn't actually ask her about her associates. That was a separate question.
Oh,
Also, you have a point. You could put into empathy. Empathy is one of those passive ones that's just like decent to have, right?
okay. I mean, put a point into empathy and try again.
I mean, I'm not saying definitively, but it's like empathy is one of those you're talking to people stats.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Like, that's the thing with the, like, suggestion kind of does that. Inland Empire doesn't, right?
No.
Esprit de Corps doesn't really talk to people,
No.
but authority and empathy do. So, like, those are conversational checks that you'll have quite often compared to,
At least
you know.
like finish the task, and then if you want to put a point in it, right?
Yeah, because finishing the task might reset it. It gives a bonus.
Hardcore.
Hey.
Sure. You helped us
cool.
out. I can repay the favor. What do you want to know?
Tell me about everyone.
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. But earlier today, she told me about Welkins? And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
Tell me about Crabman.
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
This does not surprise me.
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
Okay, what does he do up there?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do? Yell up at the tower?
Fair.
Who do you want to know about?
Andre.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least.
She rubs her sides, but not from cold. Her shoulders are relaxed. She must have taken a hit, or she's on an upswing.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer.
What about?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
What?
Yes. Anyway. Yes. Who do you want to know about?
Tell me about Noid.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
What does he do?
What do you mean do? Like for a living?
Yes.
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that, in a shop somewhere.
And what mindset is that?
He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself.
Alright, and you?
Sir, I abide by the law.
A strange feeling. Every now and then, something feels off about the way she speaks. She doesn't change tone, but you feel as though there's more about her than she lets on.
Pilgrimage.
It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock. Or as much as possible.
Yeah?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Let's say I haven't.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
Alright, might just do that.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Who do you want to know about?
Egghead.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
And Nordic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offense if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachoo, pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
Why am I? No, I'm not the future man. Go on.
Anyway, Even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
We saw that in practice.
Yes, I suppose we did.
Tore that shit up.
Tore it to pieces.
Yeah. All right. Now tell me more about Egg.
What do you want to know?
What?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is, really.
He just materialized one day.
One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City.
The worst of the banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of Jamrock, on the dusty slope of Montmartin, the remotest possible area of Revachol. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah, it was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine.
I think I figured that out already.
People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two. You wish you'd been there.
And
Who do you want to know about?
you.
Me? Again?
Yes.
I'm a silver bird.
Hang on. That phrase. You're suddenly reminded of something.
All right. Reaction speed. What's that mean?
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
There's more to you.
All right. There is.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Something
Sure.
else. Reaction speed. I have that. Not a... Oh. I was gonna say not a lot, but +2 is pretty good.
Hardcore.
O pasado de agente. It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
Yeah, that.
What do you mean?
The Silverbird.
All right. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He was a bad man. Not a lot of good things to say about him and what he did. He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. And then he died.
What happened?
What do you think? The competition came and took everything away. It was like in a war zone. So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name, mine too. We left it all behind.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks. Now, was there anything else on your mind?
Nope, apparently not. All right. Boots, hat. I think that's all I had to change out. Yeah. All right, we're good. Task complete. And that's all I got left. Well, you were saying it might be a good idea to put a point in empathy.
If you want to.
Yeah, it's one of those skills that's just in conversations, right?
I am fine with that. We have a spare point.
That's also what I was thinking. You got 2 points right now. It's enough to keep one in reserve.
Hardcore.
Oh, I gotta put on my empathy gear again.
Your empathy gear.
That one.
Where'd my phone go?
I have a second one somewhere, right? Empathy glasses.
Yeah, there's the weird specs.
That is still only a 42.
Wait.
The device
What?
feels light. An angular Omicron low.
Was there more? I'll reload if I didn't have all my empathy on.
No, I was wrong.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
back to
there's
it.
shoes. There's shoes.
Oh,
There
I
are
didn't have all my
shoes.
empathy gear on. Okay, I'll reload for that.
I get distracted by the scarf
I
that
am
you can't get
I
rid of.
am completely fine with whoops, we didn't have all the correct gear on. Let's reload. Yeah, that, and that. Okay, 3.
Hardcore.
It's better.
The device feels light.
What? That one was
Fair enough.
Still not allowed.
Yeah.
Still not allowed. You know,
Well, that's where you say.
we
Fair enough.
tried. We tried.
That's literally a game going like, fuck off here. The lowest ones. Only worst things like if the roll throw the dice like into the ocean.
You don't get to roll checks anymore.
That's how much. That's how bad you fucked up here. You're like, oh,
Huh. I have a heroic suggestion check. No, I know
Oh,
what that
that's-
one was.
oh, okay, you remember.
The ask the neck picker on a date.
Yeah, I think
that
so.
one.
There is no time. We have murders to solve.
After you,
We have murders to solve.
after you spent an hour carrying shit
We
up.
have murders to solve.
I'll say if you think you could pass it.
All right, didn't she need a volition check, or did you do that one already?
I
You
did that one.
already.
Okay, great.
It's always good
But
to
you've
see you.
you've got much new informations.
Something
We
in her
do.
demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
Hey, they told me what happened.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two, then move on to questions. No, it's not.
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your... Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
Rhetoric, shut up.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
No.
You're right. There's more.
Yeah?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, wine dark in the evening light.
What lies beyond?
The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
Okay.
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will
What happens if they do?
kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
All right. Let's go through the list.
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lewes-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewes-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lewes-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Lowe's Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Damn.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting, a lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
I'm noticing the stats are not defending her anymore.
Well, they're not actively, but you do still have to assume that they're compromised in some way. That said, Volition told you they're compromised, but they can still be helpful.
Yeah.
Limited use.
Limited use.
That's the worst part. Now you have to kind of take the suggestions a little. You just have to have uncertainty.
Yep.
One of them killed themselves because of me.
She says it quickly, like she's said it 100 times, to herself to get used to the idea, out of guilt.
Okay. Let's get back to what happened here.
The young woman looks at her cigarette with melancholy. It's almost gone.
What happened?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Okay.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see.
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
Gotta know.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Let's mention it.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No,
Okay.
nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Okay. But then why are you still here?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
Okay, then what happened?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
We do need to know, but I think I already know.
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Okay.
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
Yep.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Then what?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging.
Okay,
Ruby said they would.
What you do?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Okay, and then where's Ruby?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing?
Huh?
Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot. It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Clausia.
While true volition, The window was broken. But I guess she could have shot him from outside. Okay. Did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.